2022 could be a pretty damn crazy year for the cryptocurrency markets. And hey, look, the rest of 2021, I believe, is going to just melt faces. It's going to be crazy. But 2022, it may be more bullish than anyone could possibly imagine. In today's video, I'll be covering some of the reasons why that may be the case. My name is Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if that's a topic you would like to learn some more about, maybe just stay up to date with, then you should definitely subscribe to the Lark Davis channel. Also, if you take a quick second while you're down there to tap on that thumbs up button, or if you just want to go down there and just tap on the thumbs up button anyway, no one's going to get hurt by that. Everyone will appreciate it. It'll be great. And obviously, if you do want to know when I put out a new video, you should click on that notification bell as well. Now, real quick, before we dive into the technicals, every single week my team and I produce Wealth Mastery. This is a cryptocurrency investor report designed to help keep you ahead of the curve in this fast-moving market. Every single issue, you're going to get a deep dive on an altcoin, a step-by-step decentralized finance tutorial, token sales, airdrops, technical analysis, my portfolio updates, trending coin analysis, and much, much more. All of that for less than $10 a week, meaning this is the most value-packed, at the same time, the most affordable investor report on the market. Click on that link where you can learn more about becoming a member today. Now let's look at the technicals. Bitcoin currently 3.5% away from its all-time high. Pretty impressive stuff. Remember, this did not happen in 2017 after Bitcoin peaked in its blow-off top. We have not had a blow-off top yet. We've had a rounded top, and now we're moving up to the second part of the rally. Back in 2017, we had a blow-off top. The price plummeted, and we never got closer than like 50% back close to the all-time high price. Now we're 3% away. This is really chart-wise reminiscent of what we saw in 2013, where we had a massive run-up pump, huge crazy correction, second pump at the end of the year. Pretty interesting stuff. Now on a shorter time frames here, of course, we had that nice breakout at 58K the other day, came back down, retested, flipping resistance into support. We know that's a technically bullish move. We can see if we examine these candles a little bit closer, strong buying pressure, very strong buying pressure. We've had some pretty good volatility here over the last few days. Big dips coming in, buyers stepping right back up and just piling in and piling in and buying, pushing the price of Bitcoin higher. The market wants all-time highs, and it's so damn close to getting them. Now, why do we have so much volatility in the market right now? Well, because of the futures markets. When things start moving, they start moving fast, and overuse of leverage means that things can move very, very fast, very, very dramatically. Now what we see here is currently, this is exchange Bitcoin futures open interest. This is all the big exchanges. This is BitMEX, this is Bybit, this is the CME, OKX, FTX, Deribit, Kraken, Bitfinex, Huobi, BitGet, DYDX. So this is many of the major trading exchanges for futures markets. So what we see right now, the open interest for Bitcoin, we can see right here, it has reached levels that we have not seen since mid-April of this year, right after the price of Bitcoin peaked at $65,000. We saw that open interest falling off a little bit. But what's interesting here is this is basically the second highest occasion of open interest in the crypto markets ever. So what that means is that anytime we have a small price movement, things can move very, very quickly. Right? People are longing their longs on top of their longs right now. People are getting massively bullish as the market is moving up. And yes, everyone wants to see those new all-time highs, but you have to remember, with so much leverage in the market, we can have pretty dramatic inter-day moves, which is exactly what we're seeing in the charts here, where we have these big drops coming down, and then buyers, spot buyers largely stepping in and pushing that pressure back up. We could, of course, see a dramatic cooling off for this leverage open interest at some point in the not so distant future. However, if we do start running new all-time highs, we're probably going to run open interest to new all-time highs too, before, of course, we get a correction. You can see from this open interest chart, every time we get a massive spike up, it's followed by a dramatic correction. That's just how the markets work, guys. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. Watch to buy on the 1 step back. That's the opportunity here for you. Just a funny to share with you real quickly as well. Valkyrie, one of the guys going for the Bitcoin ETFs, they have changed their symbol, their ETF ticker symbol that you'll find listed on exchanges to BTFD. Hilarious, hilarious. Buy the fucking dip. There you go. There you go. That's funny, guys. I like it. I like that they've got a sense of humor. One of us. They're part of the crypto crowd. I dig it. Bitcoin ETFs, they're happening. Finally. It's pretty exciting stuff. We're not going to spend a lot of time. It's a dead horse. We've beaten it thoroughly. We'll start talking more about Bitcoin ETFs again when we start talking about, are we going to get a spot Bitcoin ETF? Because of course that's what the market really wants, as I discussed in yesterday's video. I think from here on out, we'll mention it from time to time when there's something interesting going on, but we're not going to be talking too much more about the Bitcoin futures ETFs in the near future. Anyway. Next up, Willy Woo Bitcoin Analysis. He says the technical name for this chart is that 2022 is gonna be a good year. I agree. This is actually a mind-blowing chart. And this chart is showing you that no one's bullish enough, that 2022 is gonna rock your socks off. It's gonna be crazy. So what do we see here? This is the Bitcoin long-term holder supply shock. So what did we see? This represents accumulation here. So when it goes up, it's accumulating. When it goes down, long-term holders are selling. So we saw massive accumulation here in early 2016. It was maybe late 2015, around 2016, right in here. We saw, of course, massive accumulation. Late 2018, early 2019, that's here. Massive accumulation throughout a lot of 2020. Now, what do all of those massive accumulation periods have in common? They came just before dramatically big rallies. Here, massive rally. Here, massive rally. Here, massive freaking rally. Well, you know what? You know what's just happened? Accumulation for the long-term holders here just hit a peak. We are at peak accumulation right now. Do you understand how crazy that is? We are almost about to hit a new all-time high price. Every time before when we've had these big price blowouts has been when long-term holders are getting out of the market. Look at 2017. We had a low. People were selling their Bitcoin, waiting to buy back on accumulation later. What happened here? This is this year, 2021. We did have a big sell-off. We did have that big dip. A lot of long-term holders sold their Bitcoin in this area. Now, what's interesting is that we have completely recovered from that dip. We are now entering into accumulation discovery, if you will. That indicates to me that the market is getting ready for a massive period of expansion. Because remember, this is a complete anomaly, what we're looking at right now, which means that 2022 is probably going to be totally freaking crazy, because every time we've hit an accumulation peak like this before has been in a very, very bearish period. Bearish period. Bearish period. Bearish period. Now, look at this. So yes, we've had our very bearish period. And now what? Now we're getting ready for the next major run. Of course, we'll then have a dip down in accumulation rates as long-term holders start cashing out over 100K. But this right here is showing that we are in a period of enhanced buying. Everybody wants to get on the train right now. Everybody's looking, going, holy cow, this is real. It's actually going to happen. Bitcoin's going to 100K, 200K, 300K, 400K. It's going to be the price of gold. It's going to 500K at some point, maybe $1 million by the end of the decade. People want to get on the train. They realize, hey, Bitcoin didn't die. Again, more people are coming to the market. More people are accumulating. More people are buying. 2022 is going to be a good year. Willie, I'd like to add on to that. This decade is going to be a damn good decade. It's crazy. If you're in this market right now, I just want you to know that if you can stick here, if you can make it, if you don't screw it up and lose all your funds to doing something silly, you're going to make it. You're going to make it big time. If you have the patience to make it the next few years, incredible wealth awaits. Interesting too, I wanted to share this with you because this is something we've been hypothesizing a bit about on the channel, is that the next Bitcoin crash will not be as dramatic. So this is a new report that's come out from Pantera Capital. They're saying that the next Bitcoin price crash, the next bear market, is going to be shallower than what we've seen in the past. Now, if you weren't here for the previous bear market, good on you. You've missed out on a lot of scars, maybe a lot of opportunity too, but definitely a lot of scars. Now, the thing is, Bitcoin went down from $20,000 to just a little over $3,000. So that's about an 85% price correction. The cycle before that, it went down about 90%. So some people are anticipating, look, it's just going to happen again. It's just going to happen again. Bitcoin's going to go up to $200,000 and it's going to correct 85% and go down to, 30 grand or whatever. Maybe, look, not going to say it's never going to happen, but I think that we are moving towards a situation where, because the markets are changing, because there's so much big money coming into the market, the bear markets of the future, they're not going to be like the bear markets of the past. We've hypothesized about this a lot on the channel, that crypto, for a large part, has been following early tech stock price performance. Go look at Apple, go look at Microsoft, go look at Amazon, go look at Google, look at all these companies in their very, very early years of trading. Amazon's a great example. It had like a 95% drawdown after the dot-com bubble. Next big crash, it was down like 70, 80%. You don't see that anymore. Goes down 50, 60%, which, that's a drop. I mean, people's heads are going to explode when Bitcoin goes from $100,000 back down to $100,000. I mean, if you've been here stacking and holding for a while, you're probably going to be like, ha, 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 welcome to the party, everybody. Yeah. But a lot of people will buy that $200,000 top and capitulate at $100,000 when we are buying the dip. But I think that we are going to see shallower bear cycles in the future. I agree with what Pantera Capital is saying here. So we'll see if that plays out. Obviously, nobody can predict the future, but when you look at the trends of where things are going, based on some of our models that we have, again, like looking at tech stocks is a great example of how this could play out, then yeah, I think we are looking at shallower bear markets in the future. People are just going to keep their money in. They don't need to sell for fiat. They're going to keep their money in stable coins. They're going to keep farming stuff. They're going to keep buying crypto. They're going to keep buying Bitcoin, buying Ethereum, playing games, buying NFTs. None of this stuff's going to stop. It might slow down when the mania slows down, but it's not going to stop. There's always an opportunity in this market every single day. More and more people are starting to realize that, and that crypto is not going anywhere. In fact, it's staying and it's changing everything. Here's a nice little bit to add on to that, why the market cycles are changing, why we're less likely to see these 80% price corrections coming in for Bitcoin. Institutional money has arrived in a very, very serious way. Hedge funds, private funds, family offices, millionaires, billionaires, private companies, public companies, endowments, sovereign wealth funds, every other institution you can freaking imagine is getting into crypto. According to this report from CoinShares, institutional managers currently holding $72.3 billion worth of crypto. It's pretty good. Number's growing all the time. With more big money coming into the market starts to fundamentally change because the approaches that institutional funds and investors have towards putting money into this market tends to be dramatically different from your average retail investor, right? The previous market cycles were largely retail driven. We didn't have all these big funds and stuff showing up. They're relatively new to the party. Oh, sure, we had some of it back in 2017 and, a little bit of it accumulating during the bear market, but the level of interest that has risen up, incredible. It'll change the market dramatically. The crypto Wild West days are slowly coming to an end, and there's always going to be an edge of that anarchy in crypto. But as more and more of the serious investor crowd comes in, they'll change the landscape of how the market actually operates. And the final quick story I want to share with you today. Remember the guy from Guggenheim, Scott Minerd? Well, he said he's out. He's done with Bitcoin. He's done with Bitcoin. It's too crazy for him. When Bitcoin was at $65,000, he said it's going to $400,000. When it came down to $30,000, he said it's going to $15,000. He was wrong on both those calls. And it just brings back that lesson. Look, I'm not trying to throw shade on Scott here today. I feel bad for him. He should have just bought and held Bitcoin, man. It would have been so much easier. You guys would have been so successful. Just buy Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin. That's it, buddy. That's all you need to do. Trying to time the market constantly, sure, it works for a tiny percentage of people. Great. For most of you listening, you don't need to try to time the market. All you need to do is to buy and to hold and to wait. Don't be on the sidelines. Look at what's being built here, the adoption curves, the money coming in, the fundamentals of the market, the ETF products, all this stuff that's happening. And then zoom out a little bit. Stop thinking about what's happening in an hour or 5 minutes or tomorrow or even next week. Where's the market going to be at in 5 years? We just passed over, $2.6 trillion for market cap? That means the entire market cap of every single cryptocurrency combined is only about the same market cap as Apple. One company. The entire cryptocurrency market cap, it's probably going to be worth $100 trillion. I don't know when that's going to happen. Maybe by the end of the decade. Could do. I think this decade's going to be just incredible for adoption. It's just going to go up with lots of downs along the way, but the general trend's going to be up for the rest of the decade. And during this time, incredible opportunity. The opportunity of a lifetime, literally sitting in front of you. You just have to reach out and take it, which sometimes means just buying and holding. Don't be like Scott. Don't be like Scott, guys. Just sometimes keep it simple. Buy Bitcoin, hold Bitcoin, relax. Just relax. It's fine. And of course, if you're going for life-changing money, it's probably not Bitcoin right now. I know we talk about Bitcoin a lot on the channel. It's the tip of the spear and all that stuff, and I'm a massive fan of Bitcoin and everything that's going on with Bitcoin. But if you really want to make the gains in crypto, you got to chase the altcoins. If you're coming in with a few grand, you got to chase the altcoins, man. That's where the money is being made at right now in crypto. Once you have made the gains in the altcoins, flip it into Bitcoin, use that as your savings account. It's a nice way to play the game. Anyway, your question for today. Do you think that the guys from Pantera Capital are correct in that the next bear market is not going to see an 80% correction? Do you think the days of mega bear markets are over? Will it be different moving forward? Will we see just maybe a 40 or 50% correction for Bitcoin? $200,000 to $100,000, something like that? Or are they wrong and we are going to see another 80+% correction, because that's just what Bitcoin does? Let me know down below in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.